the CEO of the Aboriginal Carbon Foundation, Mr. Ravan Foley, my very good friend, Dr. Akanisi Kendrate. We spent so many years at the University of the South Pacific, so it's always a pleasure to see her and to see her in a new role as the chair of the foundation. I also acknowledge the elders here, the invited guests. This is not the first time that I took a flight to Namosi. I was here in 2022 during the election campaign, and my friend Petro had organized a meeting here in the same hall. And so I feel the warmth of the welcome and the beauty of Namosi, and in particular, very pleased to be with the Mataqali of Nabukebuke. I'm here this morning on behalf of the government and to offer government support for this community-led climate response initiative. But before I say a little bit more about this, I also want to bring greetings from the Honorable Prime Minister, who was also here in 2022 with me during the election campaign. We have completed a year's term in government, and I can tell you that we feel very satisfied with the achievements of the government over the last 1 year. When we did the 2023-2024 budget, we specifically identified the need to increase the budget for key resource sectors such as agriculture, but also we increased substantially the budget for the Ministry of Youth Affairs to strengthen the governance structure, to ensure that all the different arms of the Youth administration work effectively and efficiently. So in addition to that, within a year we also made sure that we put more money into social welfare. We increased the social welfare allowances. We brought in a new initiative where we wanted to support our students through the back to school. And last year, as soon as we came into government, we provided $50 million and we paid $200 each to 227,000 students. This year again, we have allocated the same amount and we've already paid more than 200,000 students, and I'm sure students, majority of the students in Namosi would have got their 200,000. Apart from that, of course, we have looked at how we can support agriculture, support, social welfare recipients, where we've increased the welfare allowance as well. We have written off the TELS debt and we have replaced that with scholarship, and any student who has passed Form 7, meets the criteria in tertiary institutions, will get a scholarship, and the only requirement is that they save the country for that period. So I just wanted to start with that, and I want to thank all of you for the support and the positive response that we've got from people like yourselves for what the government has done. The threats of climate change, as Dr. Akanisi yesterday at the GPH hotel in Suba articulated very clearly, is no longer something that we can joke about or put aside. Climate change does not discriminate anyone, communities, geographical areas, and the impacts of climate change is very, very devastating in many parts of the country already. Rising sea levels, saltwater intrusion, extreme weather events, and these are some just examples of the social and economic impact that can be caused as a result of these extreme weather patterns. Many international organizations like the World Bank, UN, the recent COP28, which was held in Dubai, where the Honorable Prime Minister led a team of people, officials and ministers from Fiji, and recognized the fact that we have to find solutions locally, driven by people like yourselves. And that is why government is very pleased to support initiatives of this nature. Today's contract signing by Mataqali Nabukebuke Holdings Company Limited is not only evident of our Itoke communities striving to achieve economic excellence, but to also protect the sustainability of its Vanua's flora and fauna, the biodiversity. In some ways, the initiative is a very significant one. It's a milestone, and it must be commended by everyone. I also want to say on this occasion, Vignakavakalevu, for all of you and for people like Petro and others. I know my friend Mr. Salamongi, who is the chair of the Ra Provincial Council. Mr. Salamongi, where are you? Naka. These are people who are trying to work through some of the difficulties and the processes for us to get here. No. And in that respect, I want to commend all of you for taking leadership. As far as the Fiji government is concerned, we want to set the standard. We want to lead the fight against, climate change, not only in Fiji but throughout the Pacific and indeed globally. Our interventions in global meetings such as the World Bank, the Asian Development Bank, Commonwealth, the UN, is valued by international organizations. And this initiative brings home the point that community-led initiatives can be very effective and bring in our people together. One of the things that our government, the coalition government, very strongly believes in, and we have demonstrated that within a year, is our resolve to work with the private sector, with the NGOs, with the communities. And we feel that working with community groups is very, very effective, because many of you in the community, particularly our elders, you understand the local situation, you have the wisdom, you have the knowledge to define development in a way that is led locally. I was speaking in Canberra in December at a major international development conference, the Australasian Aid Conference. And this was the first time that a Pacific leader addressed that conference. And one of the things that I said very clearly is if the development is not led locally, it is not development. And today I am very pleased that we are signing this agreement or the memorandum of understanding or agreement with the First Nation Fiji Resources Foundation and the Aboriginal Carbon Foundation. That agreement was signed yesterday, and today we are signing the contract with the Mataqali of Nabukebuke. I want to once again commend the chair of the First Nation Fiji Resources Foundation, Dr. Kenriate. She is a leader in her own right, and I am absolutely thrilled that she is the chair, and I'm confident that she will drive this very, very important undertaking that is going to be defining locally led, community led participation in addressing climate change issues. I want to also thank the CEO of the Aboriginal Carbon Foundation, and I was very pleased to hear from him yesterday that that this foundation was set up in 2010, and so they have almost 14 years of experience in addressing some of these fundamental issues. So I want to warmly congratulate both parties, the Aboriginal Carbon Foundation and the First Nation Fiji Resources Foundation, for entering into this MOU. I wish you all, particularly the Mataqali of Nabukebuke and the Vanua Namosi, for your foresight, for your participation, and thank you, and Rawa Levu, for your support and for the invitation to the government and to me in particular to be part of this very important signing ceremony. Nama Levu.
Trustees.